Often you don't hear a lot about is the fact that 50% of the mission of the California community colleges is economic and workforce development. And that's why a program like this is so important and so fabulous. And I just feel like I won the lottery. And a lot of it is about partnership. And I have an affinity for career technical education and for economic and workforce development because I entered the California Community College system as a career and technical dean at Santa Barbara City College. And I was lucky. I had 28 programs, 28 advisory boards, 28 opportunities to interact with employers, to connect our wonderful graduates, and sometimes our students were so great, our employers snapped them up before they graduated.
I can't tell you how special it is to work in a company that makes medications and products that truly improve the quality of life for many individuals. It is such a great feeling. When I interview and I hire individuals, I'm not just looking for their technical skills. I'm looking for how will they fit into our family. Because I'm hoping that when you tour the plant, that you sense something special with the folks there, and that's on purpose, okay? That's on purpose because work is hard enough already, but to be able to come in and see other smiling faces and to know that people are gonna help you get through that day and help you do things right, can't be. What I wish for all of you is those same three things. The ability to make a good living, to enjoy what you're doing, and to be able to do it with wonderful people.
This program is funded by the Department of Labor, and I always like that slide behind me because that shows our partnership. We are very strong in our partnership, and that's, we had a visit from the Department of Labor, and out of the 12 colleges, this is a 12-college grant across the country, and funded by the Department of Labor, and it's headed by Forsyth Tech College in North Carolina. And we're very proud to be part of that. When the site visit came over, and I think she went to one of your classes, the first site visit from North Carolina, she couldn't believe the partnerships in Southern California with our business partners, with our community partners, with our workshop centers, our EDD offices. And we take a standardized test in English and math at the beginning, and we always like to see a comparison, so we like to measure what we've done. So on Wednesday, Carrie? I think on Wednesday, we gave them the same test again 6 weeks later. And I'm going to read you the results. 89% of you increased your math scores at least one grade level up to 6 grade levels over the course of 6 weeks. That's tremendous. That's great. And I don't usually read numbers, but I think that shows the value of contextualized training. It shows the value of motivation and trying to reach a goal that you guys have. It shows you how standardized testing, giving it to somebody that's an adult, may not be as meaningful right away because you haven't taken a test. So getting back in the classroom, getting back in what we're doing, makes you feel a lot more confident in what you're doing. So,
well, Southern California Biomedical Council about 4 years ago decided that it needed to bridge LA into what was happening nationally. We then looked at the number of community colleges in Southern California to find a place to build, and things to build upon. And after several months of doing this, it was clear that LA Valley College has something very unique going on. It was called, and maybe still be called, the Academy. But we looked at it as a platform on which to build something that would be fantastic for Southern California. So once we identified LA Valley College as a place to do this, then we brought them into this national network of community colleges and put them together with these players and came up with about $1.7 million of the Department of Labor money out of the $15 million to the overall consortium. And it's been a labor of love. It's fantastic.
I wanted to challenge myself within the environments of these biomanufacturing facilities. I wanted to take pride in the therapies that could improve and save human lives on a global scale. I wanted then, as I do now, to be a part of an industry that I see it as the future of not only treating, but of someday curing diseases that we hardly understand right now. And I'll never forget that day at the Canoga Park Workforce Center when I walked out of that conference room After the information session, I had this fire burning in my belly. The group of professors we've had the privilege to learn under in this program is truly impressive. The dynamic and varied approach of their teaching styles provided quite an eclectic and brilliant learning experience, to say the least. We learned different fields of science, chemistry, blood basics. Our resumes were put on the chopping block week by week, up until the final hour. Our professional attitudes and workplace personas were challenged and improved on a daily basis. Our ability to work in teams was put to the test and fine-tuned. We were given hands-on practices in the lab that resembled what we might see from day-to-day in professional experiences. Lean manufacturing practices were introduced to us as a science that almost resembled an art form. Not to mention our education in good manufacturing practices, good documentation practices, and OSHA guidelines. During the third week of class, we had the privilege of visiting the Griffles facility. This was my favorite day of the class, hands down. To see this facility and its employees going through its working paces served to inspire myself and my teammates to pursue this field with even more vigor. Now, there wasn't one of us that left that place that day and said, I don't want to work here. We all left that place that day and said, I love that cold room and I want to go scrub those floors. We were so excited. It was amazing. And to see science being put to work on such a large scale it was an incomparable experience for us. But Mr. Zuniga's continued involvement in this program has helped to give a face, a warm smile, and a heartbeat to the field of biomanufacturing that might have otherwise seemed like a cold and sterile industry. To me, this has continued to serve as a metaphor for everything this industry should stand for, and for everything we intend to put our passion to work for in the future.